the distributors had been working for the manufacturers, on their own account of course as distributors, for many years. Profitably, they were proud to be associated with this brand and were insulted about the way in which the whole thing had been brought to an end. This was a dispute between a manufacturer and a distributor in the market for motorcycles. The distributor had been carrying on business for many years under a distribution agreement which contained a provision that it could be terminated at any time without cause by the manufacturer. And the day came when the manufacturer did just that. The distributor brought a claim, or intimated a claim, for £20 million based on a loss of supply, a competition claim for essentially a refusal to supply. The challenge was that the legal issues had been barely formulated. It was a very substantial sum of money and proceedings hadn't even started. In the morning of the mediation, I worked with each side to uncover why this agreement had come to an end and the context of the breakdown of the relationship. And doing that with each side, it soon became clear that there was a critical document in the dispute which had no apparent legal relevance. And what it showed was that how unhappy the distributors were at the way in which this agreement had been terminated. Essentially what had happened, on discussing it further, was that a hand-delivered letter had been given to the son of one of the principals at the office of the distributors. The letter itself simply referred to the agreement, the power to terminate it under the clause relevant in the contract, and that was it. A joint meeting was set up with considerable preparation at which the manufacturers felt able to say that they acknowledged that how the agreement had been brought to an end was far from ideal, and they apologised for the way they'd done it. But they said their business plans had changed, and unfortunately the way they were doing business and their business model had changed, so they couldn't carry on with the agreement anymore. They said that they would be prepared to pay a fair price to bring this dispute to an end, though they couldn't pay £20 million. That meeting was the turning point in the whole mediation. The mediation went on to conclude successfully, and a deal was done by which a sum of £500,000 was paid, was agreed to be paid, to bring this dispute to an end. Reciprocity can be very important in mediation. If one side gives something, the other side can be motivated to give something as well, meaningful. Distributors had a right to claim £20 million through the courts. Of course, it had all sorts of risk associated with it, and they didn't need, in the result, £20 million, and £500,000 met their needs in view of all the risks associated with the dispute.